Live in Jeddah for us, our chief reporter, Kaveh Solokol. Kaveh, good evening again. How have the Premier League clubs reacted to all of this?
Well, the Premier League clubs have come out and said that we are not interested in joining a European Super League, even though 6 of them 2.5 years ago were very interested in joining a European Super League. Just in the last few minutes, we've had statements from clubs like Manchester City, Spurs and also Chelsea now, and the statements are very similar. What they basically say is that we are committed to playing in UEFA competitions, we are committed to working closely with the European Club Association, and also our position has not changed. We've also heard from Manchester United earlier today. They said exactly the same thing. Their position hasn't changed. They are committed to playing in UEFA competitions and the ECA. And we also heard from the Premier League. The Premier League said it was a significant verdict in Luxembourg today, but their position hasn't changed. They are totally opposed to the setting up of any breakaway leagues. I think what's interesting is that basically what's happened today in Luxembourg is that these 15 judges have come out and said to clubs across Europe, if you want to create a European Super League, you can go away and try and create a European Super League. The problem is, there are no clubs really who want to set up a European Super League at the moment, except the clubs behind A22 Sport, who are Real Madrid and Barcelona, and used to be Juventus as well before they dropped out. I know A22 Sport are celebrating today. Of course, this is a significant victory for them, but until they can get clubs on board, their project is really not going anywhere. And even when they do get clubs on board, there'll still be some very significant hurdles for them to clear, not least the strong feeling of fans all across Europe before their crazy dream to set up this European Super League that people have been trying to set up for 30, 40, 50 years comes to fruition.
Yeah, but hold on, Kaveh. All these clubs scrambling over themselves to say, no, we don't want any part of this. I want to take you to golf, Live Golf. John Rahm, I'm not playing in Live Golf. He's just signed for gazillions of pounds. Any chance the Saudis could get involved and back a European Super League?
Well, I've been asking the question here in Jeddah. The people I've been speaking to have been saying to me at the moment there is very little chance that Saudi Arabia would provide the financing for the setting up of a breakaway European Super League. They say to me, the Saudis, at the moment, we're very interested in developing our own Saudi Pro League. We're very interested in developing women's sport here, setting up a women's national team, which they've done, setting up a women's Premier League, which they've done. And they will also say that our focus really long term is on the World Cup here in 2034. And reading between the lines, Mike, Saudi Arabia at the moment is very close to FIFA. There's been the FIFA Club World Cup is being held here. The World Cup is going to be here. There was a FIFA Football Summit here today. There was a FIFA Council meeting a few days ago. I don't think the Saudi Arabians will want to do anything to antagonise or upset or rock the boat when it comes to their relationship with FIFA. But make no mistake, there are people out there who will want to finance the setting up of a European Super League, because unfortunately modern day football is all about money. It's a business. There are lots of people out there trying to make money out of football, trying to exploit any angle that they can, and I'm sure there are going to be lots of meetings in hotels, behind closed doors, schemes, plots, trying to get clubs on board. But today, what the clubs are saying, basically pretty much united, apart from clubs like Real Madrid and Barcelona, is our position has not changed. We are not interested in joining this breakaway. But the question I've got is, will money finally talk? I think what has happened today is that this verdict is significant, because if it had gone the other way, then this dream of a European Super League would have died once and for all. But A22 Sport and the European Super League company have won this significant verdict, which means they live to fight another day. And I think FIFA and UEFA are worried. They feel that they've lost an important battle but I think they're quietly confident that in the end they will win the war.
Any European Super League project, if you go back to 2.5 years ago, it needed the might, the power of the Premier League clubs. Those 6 clubs were massive in terms of their global appeal, but their appeal here in Europe. I'm trying to think of an analogy of where A22, Real Madrid, Barcelona are today. And I think with this ECJ ruling, they've been given a nice shiny bus, Mike, but that bus hasn't got an engine. It hasn't got any tyres, it hasn't got any wheels, it hasn't got any fuel, and it hasn't got any seats because there aren't any passengers on board. And in this country, come next year, a law will be written through Parliament, the Football Governance Bill, which includes, as Carver was mentioning earlier, the independent regulator. That independent regulator has the power to stop any football club in England from breaking away from the domestic leagues and joining a breakout like a European Super League. Because supporters, through this, for example, in the UK here, through law, they have a voice and they have some power. And the football politicians realise this, and they've got them on side, got them on board. So I just don't know where anybody is going to get on board the A22 Real Madrid Barcelona bus and join them. I just can't see it happening. And UK law, as far as English clubs go, it ain't happening.